YouTube station, our Facebook page, or our Twitch channel. And you can sit here and ask us questions. We'll have conversations with you. That's why sometimes the people that are listening to this, you're not able to see what we're doing or saying, which makes it a little more lame for you. But that is what it is. Not only that, but we're actually bringing in some props this week.
Yeah.
We got the idea finally to be smart. And we're going to show off some comics, hopefully. We might want to take away this green screen, actually. But we're going to show some comics and some toys off. So we are going to take away this green screen so people can actually see the things that we do have here in person. So with that being said, let's kick this thing off. David, what have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
What haven't I been up to? Big thing.
5'9".
You hit the wrong one.
Wrong one. No, fail. I failed at life.
Well, past couple weeks has just been packing up. I think 2 weeks. That's why I wasn't here 2 weeks ago. Packing up. Well, this week too, or last week too, I'd say.
His whole life. He packed
Pretty
up his
much.
whole life.
Pretty much. Packed up everything, cleaned everything, moved into our new house. We've been there since Thursday, in the unpacking process now.
Cool. How's
So,
the new house?
It's a lot nicer.
Good.
It's a lot bigger for us, and we actually have a fenced-in backyard now. So
Good. Good
neighbors
for
are
all
s-
your cats
Oh yeah,
because they need a fenced-in backyard.
neighbors are super nice too. We already started to hang out with them.
Awesome. Well, this is what we're here for. We're just going to learn more about David. We're not going to talk about anything nerdy.
And so it started back in 2003.
Yeah.
Just gonna go through therapy
He
right
turned
quick.
10. David turned 10. And that's when life really began. No, so we're going to start this night off with comics. And what I have in my hand are 3 comics I wanted to chat about, whether it's a absolutely gorgeous cover, really cool read, or a big key for the week. Since, again, there weren't a lot of books, I felt. Kind of a slow go here. Though I didn't bring out the one Batman with Catwoman. That's a really good read, and it goes through different storylines. But the first book I do want to talk about is a book called Kill Your Darlings. So this I actually read myself, and this book is really cool. I'm not going to give you the real synopsis, which is cooler, and I would sell the book a lot harder. But my synopsis on it is the book starts out with a gal in like the older times, and she's being burned at the stake. From there, it actually goes into a world of this little girl. So basically her imagination world, and her stuffed animals are her friends, and they fight with her. And towards the end of the story, there's a big creature in the cave that basically killed all of her friends. Hopefully you guys can see some of that. And by the end of the storyline, she's standing in front of her house. Her house is burning, and she has white eyes. So what I was saying, that does not do it justice. I would definitely go check out issue 1 of Kill Your Darling. This is by Image Comics. Really cool read. It took a little bit. Well, at least it makes you meow, Tommy. It took a little bit to get into it just because of the way it was switching stories lines for me. But then I understood it, and I'm assuming that book 2 is going to give us a little more enlightenment on the burning of the gal in the beginning of the book. So, again, cool read. I would definitely go check it out. $3.99. Can't really go wrong. Artwork is really cool. Very bright colors. I love that. Lava lamps included in the book. So that's always a plus too when you have lava lamps. Brings me back to olden days. The next up after Kill Your Darling is going to be Blue Beetle issue number 1. So this is where we're going to get introduced to the Blood Scarab. So I picked this cover because this is the cardstock variant by DC Comics, and you can see it's like hieroglyphics. And then at the bottom, it just shows different items or different hieroglyphics that would go along with Blue Beetle. The cardstock variant is $4.99. I have not read this book yet at all. And there's a lot of ads, so I'm trying to turn it to pages. But I do like the artwork. And the storyline does start out with what looks to be the old Blue Beetle and also the new Blue Beetle. Costumes, that is. And also characters, I'm assuming. But this is another one. We just saw this movie a couple weeks ago, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. And the third one is what I would consider the prettiest cover of the week. It's going to be harder to see because it is a foil cover. But this is Jim Lee's Icon Series Batman variant of issue number 608. So it's a Batman Day book. It's $9.99. And if I'm able to get this thing to where you can actually see it, it is an absolutely gorgeous cover. It almost looks Todd Farland-esque, even though it is not. But yeah, I have not read this one either because it just came in and I didn't have much time. But the artwork in it, pretty gorgeous. It's tough at this angle to really get the look of the book, but this is just such a beautiful book. You got Batman on top of a gargoyle with the bat signal in the background in the city, and just a really nice foil. And it is the gray and blue suit, which is one of my all-time favorite Batman suits, next to all black. You can't mess with all black. So now I'm going to kick it over to David. David's going to go ahead, and he is going to show off some of the toys that just came in.
All right. So first off, I have the NECA Gargoyles Armored Xanatos right here. Boxes for gargoyles I thought always looked pretty. I'm not a big gargoyles person, but I've always appreciated the art. Inside, big mechanized gargoyle suit. Like I said, I don't know anything about gargoyles, so I don't know the story behind the suit, but it looks really freaking sweet.
I think it's the guy in it that wears the gargoyle suit. See, so we got these toys in. What's the price point on this? We're about to go somewhere.
$43.
Okay, so listen.
Oh boy, here we go.
Listen, if Super 7 was at 45, now you got good competition. Now you're right in line. But when NECA makes something, and granted I do get it because NECA doesn't move as smooth as Super 7, I would say. If Super 7 was at that $45 price point, NECA's killing it with this figure for $43.
What up, Pat?
That is a huge figure for $43. Hey, Pat.
You get blast effects, a different head, guns.
Yeah. I'm just saying
Something
Super
there.
7's joints move better, but this is where Super 7 needs to step it up because your ultimates.
You get his big ass wings too.
Yeah. They're probably in the back.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. With Super 7 Ultimates, they are definitely a nicer quality for posing. But at the end of the day, when NECA can get this figure out for $43, that just proves Super 7. You need to bring them back down to 45. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Just saying. All right, what you got on? What you got next?
I got Beast Kingdom Medieval Spider-Man.
This one's cool.
I think this is probably my favorite out of the three.
I think you got to show the back of the box first because it's going to be the easiest way for them to see it.
So it's hard to see because you're probably just seeing oh, it's just like an Iron Spider suit. Wonder.
That's not true, Pat. I feel Super 7 Ultimates give you more accessories.
It really just depends on the figure, I feel. There's that. I can't see it either, so. Let's see. Will we get a really terrible glare if I take this
You got
off?
glare, but that's why I was saying the back of the box probably was the best. But you can take it off and let people
It's
see
actually
it.
pretty dang bright.
It's a cool looking figure.
Yeah, I can't tell what you guys are seeing, but I think it looks really cool. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff. There's 18 points of articulation. The eyelids have a light up function, which is pretty cool. You got 4 Iron Spider claws, a sword. You have a rope launcher instead of a web. What is it? Of course,
it's medieval.
Yeah,
it's medieval.
You get the stand. You get all these
You can hang yourself.
That's fucking dark. Damn. Anyways, moving on.
Well, what's the price point on that guy?
This one, I believe, is 160 or
62.
Yeah, something like that.
I knew I just asked.
Okay, cool. Thank
But
you.
it is a very cool. If you're into Spider-Man or you're into those medieval, because I know we get those with the Star Wars figures.
Yep.
People love those. This figure, beautiful.
The next thing,
Gorgeous.
probably one of the. If I don't drop it.
Oh, broke. It's broke.
Probably one of the coolest statues we've had in a little bit now. Chainsaw Man. No, you don't get too much stuff for him right now.
No, we don't get much Chainsaw Man anything. So just getting this. This is a beautiful piece at $90.
Really cool looking.
It doesn't do justice in the box. I really feel like this one has to come out too at some point. We'll have to take it out and put it in the statue case.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, I don't think it really does justice there.
I need to watch that anime. It's $90. It's by Fig Arts, just not articulated, of course. So Bandai, Shimi Nations, they always put out good stuff, I feel. So
dude looks like he's in relaxed outfit, right? He's got some nice tennies, some jeans.
Oh yeah,
the button up. I mean, he's like Cash Sunday.
Yeah, that's all he
Right?
wears. That's all he wears. It's
That's
just
I'm into it.
normal clothes
Yep.
over his
Button up, unbutton.
chainsaw stuff.
He's California dreaming right now.
Only
That's what
watch-
Chainsaw Man's doing.
I need to watch more. I've only seen the first episode, which I thought was pretty good. So
No, never seen an episode.
it's something you should not watch with your son.
Fair enough. So, okay, well that was it. I mean, we wanted to show some stuff off for once. We've never not the show. That's not it for the show. That's it for the
All right,
comics.
guys.
Well, that was an amazing show. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. No, that was basically what we've gotten in that we really wanted to show off because those are some of the cooler figures that we felt we got in recently. Now, if it was a really cool, like I think we have Darth Malak's coming in next week for Star Wars.
Yep.
So that one will probably be a show off, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have some Star Wars, we have some more anime statues, Funko Pops, stuff like that. But each week we just want to keep you guys updated on what's coming in, what we think is the cool items, and even like the comic books. One hopefully will be a read. I'm going to try to do that more. One will be like the coolest cover, and then maybe one key. Go from there, really. What about you guys? What have you gotten lately? Whether it was a comic book or a statue or a toy that you really enjoy, whether it's the look or whether it's just because it's what you collect. What have you guys been getting? Pause for station identification. Oh, it's super quiet. That's why. Now it makes sense.
There you go.
There we go. That made a lot more sense.
Just say, have you gotten anything new recently, figure wise?
I really haven't. I think. Oh my God, I can't think. Hey, Kimberly. I seriously can't think. I don't know. The last thing I got was. I can't say Siri, by the way. That's creepy. Now you got me thinking. I did rearrange some stuff in my office. I rearranged all my He-Man figures. I got to rearrange just like I do in the store. But Gunbread was good. Okay, I wondered about that. Gunbread. Bread breed. Whatever. Gunbread sounds pretty tasty but dangerous.
Just imagine
that was perfect for this. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Just picturing like a loaf of bread with a gun in the middle.
Yeah, like the egg in the middle. You know what I mean? You cut the hole in it and there's a gun. I'm into it. I'm gonna make that picture. I'm gonna make that into a painting and sell it at NerdinOut Con.
There you go.
No, I honestly can't even remember the last figure I've purchased. I don't think I've gotten anything in a bit. I'm not mad about it. It's just I don't think I've found anything.
I think the last, because I took a little hiatus just so I could pack everything up, move, simple. But right when we moved, we went to Target and I found the Jokerized McFarlane Dark Knight figure.
I know what you're talking about.
And like the rest of them look kind of dumb, but I like the spray painted look over the Batman mask. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll pick it up. So that's probably the first thing I've bought in a little bit now.
Yep. Spawn figures for Mitchell, huh? God, we had a ton of loose ones in here. We got from a collection.
I want to get a good Spawn figure.
I feel like that's a deadly slope. I feel like it doesn't even matter if you just go with a cool looking McFarlane figure. It's a deadly slope.
See, I just want a Spawn.
Yeah. I have one Batman figure. One.
Oh.
That's it. And that was that. I brought some. I had other ones. I brought some in, but it's the Batman that has like the big cannon or grenade launcher. And he looks more like, I'm trying to think, old Western maybe. But I've got that one. That's the only.
Is that a McFarlane?
Yeah, it is.
Is it the Grim Knight?
Yeah.
Wait, does he have a bunch of like guns on his back? Maybe?
Yes. That's
okay.
It.
Yep. That's the Grim Knight. Yeah.
I have that, and then I have the '89 Batman Mezco.
Okay.
So those are really. I guess I have two. I have two.
I have too many Batman already. I probably have like 3 or 4, which is probably too many already.
3 or 4 is too many.
I need to get a quintessential Batman.
What's that?
Just the best looking Batman. I have one that's like close. It's the is it the 3 Jokers Batman? Where it's got the classic yellow emblem, black and gray. That's my favorite type of Batman. Black and gray with the yellow emblem.
Oh, black and gray?
Yeah, I do like the blue gray though.
I heard blue gray. That was my bad. I heard blue gray. That's why I agreed with you.
I like the black gray.
Let's see. I do have other Batman stuff like Funkos or the Bitty Pops. I do have a bunch of little random Batman things. And then I did pick up, okay, the most recent pickup was from that collection we picked up in the cities. The Bat Signal.
Bat Signal?
I haven't tried it out at home yet, but I have that up on the shelf now.
There you go.
That's badass. I like that. I'm looking for something like that for a bit.
Almost picked up the Batman Spawn 2-pack McFarlane did. Because I keep seeing that at
yeah,
GameStop.
I think we have those coming in.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'll probably pick one
I'm
up.
pretty sure we have those coming in.
Oh.
So that's about it for that. How about movies?
Blue Beetle. We never talked about this the last time.
Yeah, it's the only one I've seen since then. I haven't been to another movie since, and I still want to go to some. Like Equalizer 3.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Equalizer, if you haven't seen the first two, I highly recommend them.
I'll have to find them.
Denzel Washington is amazing in this show, or in this movie. Literally, I watched the first one, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I watched the second one thinking it would suck, just because usually they don't keep up. Number 2 was good. It wasn't as good as number 3, but number 2 was good. And then this one looks really good. And Denzel just plays such a really good role in this movie. So I really want to see that.
Yeah, besides Blue Beetle, I went to go see Strays.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The dog one.
It was a lot funnier than I was expecting. Like,
Yeah.
I expected to be, like, funny.
Yeah.
But I also was expecting half of it to miss. But it was really funny, like, through and through.
Okay.
I would recommend it. Yeah, you'd think, like, seeing the dogs talk would look weird, too.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, the first few times you see him open his mouth, it's weird. But it was,
But it was, like, dead on.
yeah, it was pretty good. And Jamie Foxx carried that movie for me. He
Really?
was the funniest character for me. His dog.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
I may check it out. I
Good,
may not.
good music choices, too.
Yeah.
And weird ones.
But
Like-
if we... Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball plays in it at one
It's in,
point.
like, every movie.
Yeah.
Every movie. Okay, not every, but Fall Guy, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot he was in Free Guy.
Free Guy. I said Fall Guy, which is a game.
Yeah, that's a game.
But yeah, back to Blue Beetle. I don't know why people are dogging this movie.
It's so good.
I feel like it's one of my favorites now. I think it had really, really heartfelt moments. Such a close family. I don't care what nationality they are. I think they did such a great job with how close this family was. They had great comedy relief.
God, I love George Lopez's character in it.
When the dad, if you haven't seen it yet, and this is a spoiler alert for you, too bad.
It's been like 3
But
weeks.
when the dad has a heart attack, that like literally you felt that.
Oh, yeah.
Because how close this family
Oh, God.
was.
Kayla was crying at that.
Yeah.
She was not. She was expecting it, and she was crying, and then she was like, "I hate that I knew this was going to happen."
Yeah. But then even like how the scarab kind of took him over, really.
Ooh, it was like a horror movie.
It was weird, yeah, wasn't it? I didn't see that coming at all.
It reminded me of The Fly.
It was like Inside Out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what it reminded me. That's what it did. It Inside Out. It basically went from the inside. It went inside of him, and then that was a running joke throughout the whole thing was how it got inside of him. But it was like,
his ass.
yeah, but it was like an Inside Out, and then it was just all of a sudden it was him learning about these, and so even I'm gonna go back a little bit here. My daughter went inside, and she's like, it's just like every other superhero movie, and I'm like, how so? And she's like, well, he's learning about his power, and it's this kid who's learning about his power and everything else. I'm like, I get it, but in a sense, he wasn't really learning a power. He was learning the suit. The more and more I thought of this, and he was learning how to adjust to this and what it really does. And that was really neat. And then the part where, I mean, I won't go through the whole movie, but like where it's like draining him of it, that other character, that villain at the end was badass.
Oh,
badass. Yeah. And so, yeah, it was just interesting. Even when he died, it's like, it was heartfelt. It was like the reason that he went. And yeah, it was just, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I would definitely go see it again too. The one thing I wish it would have done, and I said this right away, is the post-credits scene would have led into something with James Gunn. It's new stuff.
Right.
Like you
like
really,
a Superman tease or something like
whatever
that.
it is. You know, speaking of Superman, I did see another thing on that because they were talking about his outfit. Because there's a big thing if he's going to wear like the undies on the outside.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture of that dude again that's going to play Superman, and I'm just like, I'm sold. This dude looks like literally a mix of Henry Cavill and what's his name?
Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
Yeah.
This dude, I think, is, I don't know. I'm just, even before it's out there, if he can act good, he has a chance to be one of the best Superman.
Yeah, I think he has to bulk up a little bit more.
That's the easiest thing though, bro. They get paid millions of dollars. They probably have nutritionists on hands, you know, everything. So I mean, I could go out there and look like a muscle man within a month with the people they would probably give me, you know?
Sure.
So it's like, at the end of the day, that will be nothing. I mean, look what they did to the kid from Meet the Millers.
Oh yeah, he's buff as hell.
And I mean, most of the time they're really not that buff. The CGI they add
Right.
muscle to him, which is crazy because
He actually like
he put on a
oh,
lot, but I
yeah.
don't think that's all him. I
Eh.
really don't. Either way, it's like it was a good movie. You definitely need to check it out. I'm not saying it because I love DC, which I do, and I am behind them. I think they're going to do great things moving forward because they have the creatures and they have James Gunn. I think you just got those people out there right now, just like activists that
Oh,
are
God.
just trying to be against DC.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
know,
in so many Facebook
period.
groups, and it's
Yeah.
like I go into the comments of anything Blue Beetle. I'm not even gonna go see a movie. I think it's gonna flop.
Yeah.
It's flopping. I'm not gonna go see it. Like,
Why don't you
you're
just go see it and then determine that for yourself?
right.
Give it a fair shot. You know, what are you gonna go see? Eternals 2?
Oh,
Are you kidding me? I haven't even seen the first one. It blew.
don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna. I haven't even watched it on streaming. So it's like,
I think I saw that in theaters. I liked it in theaters, but then retrospectively, I'm like, I could have waited.
yeah. I think we're gonna see a slowdown with a lot of this stuff because I think people are superheroed out.
Oh yeah,
What I would love to see, like I haven't watched One Piece yet on Netflix. I
I heard
really
it's
want to
actually
see.
really good.
Yeah, I really want to see it. I haven't seen it, but I think they should do more of that. Like it'd be cool to see an adaptation. You could pull off a Chainsaw Man. You know,
Yeah.
what you could pull off with CGI, especially, is you could pull off Demon Slayer. A live Demon Slayer would be freaking cool.
Just stay away from Dragon Ball. That failed once. I don't want to
I
see
don't
it
want to
again.
see it. I would see. I mean, my hero would be tough. I
mean,
think.
You get the right people, it could work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. One Piece, it's like the weird, like diamond in the rough, because it's actually like people actually enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Death Note, people didn't really care for. I like the casting for Willem Dafoe. I didn't care for the actual like movie, or Dragon Ball that didn't go good, or the Avatar: The Last Airbender with M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't
gross.
watch that either. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't do it. I put that on for Bad Movie Day sometimes.
Bad Movie Day. I like that. Yeah. What day is that?
Just whenever I feel like it.
Oh, okay, fair.
Like I'll put on that. I'll put on some of the crappier X-Men movies, Fantastic Four.
I mean, all the X-Men movies, all the Fantastic Fours.
Wow, that's a hot take with X-Men. Okay, you gotta admit, Days of Future Past, that was a good one.
Which one was that again?
That was like when they first introduced like the younger versions of the characters with like James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender. I really like that one. I like the second one. I like that one, and I don't count Wolverine. That's his own separate thing.
You also watched Eternals in the movie theater, so I don't know what to think of you.
It was a slow month for movies in November of 2021. I just wanted to go see something.
That's tough.
Just like how we went to go see the Meg 2.
That was first one had a lot of people wanting to go see too, and then Lord, Meg 2. I feel like I need to throw up now.
TV show wise, you've been watching anything?
Wrestling.
Okay. Yeah.
Other than that, no. I haven't really had the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm preparing for the con, and I haven't been taking time to watch a lot of TV. Crazy enough. It's true.
Legit. Yeah, I haven't watched Ahsoka yet. I heard that's good too.
I haven't watched it either.
I'm really
surprised. I've been wanting to watch it, and I've been even trying to make time, and then I'm like getting sidetracked, and I'll watch something totally different. You know?
My Adventures with Superman, that season finale just happened. I haven't watched the season finale yet, but so far I've really enjoyed the season. Really, they should have. It felt like they could have ended it with the last episode, but they still had something with this new one. So I don't know. I need to go watch that and finish
That's that anime-ish one.
Yeah,
you've been watching.
Yep.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, it's just old adult animation on HBO Max.
Like Naughty Hentai, is that what you're watching?
No, that's not on HBO Max, silly.
What about Max After Hours? Yeah. What we didn't talk about, Payback, WWE Payback. I didn't watch All In, which was AEW, so I can't really comment on that. Heard some pretty good things, but Payback, for being a filler pay-per-view between like Survivor Series and the last one, I'll be excited for Survivor Series this year, but Payback was actually pretty damn good. The matches were good. I would say it had its highs, had its lows, and it should have finished with the undisputed tag team match. But it started off with Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. That was a really good match. And just when you thought it was over, it wasn't over. And Trish Stratus had this huge welt.
I saw.
It was huge, huge,
yeah.
man. And every time they climbed up to that cage, we were like, do a move. And it like they progressively got higher and higher with their moves, like top rope and then off the top. I mean, it was sick. And they put it all out there. Like, I remember we did this months ago, and I can't remember what pay-per-view it was, but we were talking how it was underwhelming, and even the women stated it was underwhelming for women's wrestling because of these pay-per-view matches they get. And the women got to lead this one off, and they did it right. That was my second. If I had to rank the matches, that was my second highest ranked match. It was that good. I think the reason it wasn't higher is because there was no belts or anything like that. No interference, which, well, there was at the end, but I mean, like any bloodline scenario, there's always too much interference, right?
I was going to say bloodline or Judgment Day now.
Which exactly it was, right? Which goes to right after that match with Becky and Trish, there was a match with, I believe it was not. I don't remember what match it was now. I'm blanking. I do know that there were two filler matches. One was The Miz versus LA Knight. LA Knight got a ton of hype. John Cena was the guest referee. And both of them had an issue with John Cena at one point. Miz got to put his finisher on LA Knight. LA Knight ended up winning the match, and he got a ton of hype after that, too. You had Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory, which I really did think they were going to give the belt back to Austin Theory because Rey Mysterio being a champion right now just doesn't seem right for me. Like, he's still riding the wave. He's still wrestling. But does he have enough relevance, or could he really destroy Austin Theory at the end of the day? Probably not. The guy's head barely goes over the top rope. Okay? That's just my theory. But at the end, he did beat Theory, so he retained the belt. Don't know where the storyline's going to go for Theory. Hopefully they don't dump him. He is a really good heel. People boo him constantly.
He's got a booable face.
I don't know, man. I think he could be a great baby face. I'll be honest with you. The next match after that, though, was the Undisputed Tag Team belts. And that match was on fire. Like, oh my God. At one point, they were out in the crowd fighting. And I can't remember. I think it was Finn Balor. Kevin Owens super kicked Finn Balor onto a table. And then he walked up into the crowd, held onto this dude's shoulder because he was in one of those entryways with the railing.
Yep. And
he did a swanton bomb off that onto the table onto Finn Balor. That did it for me, man. That, I mean, Kevin Owens has to be 270 pounds. And he did that.
Jeez.
It was insane. And we got to see like 2 Halua kicks from Sammy. Finn Balor did his finish. I mean, it was just insane. Then, of course, you had the interference with Mommy. And,
she like speared Kevin Owens into the wall.
Yep. And then Judgment Day took the belts, which actually I was super cool with. I'm like, okay, now we got a story with all of them holding the belts.
I'm happy that Finn Balor finally won a match.
Yep.
Because he has been losing for so long now.
Yep. And now it's like, I don't know if it puts the story to rest where what's his name is going to cash in Money in the Bank when Finn Balor's trying to go after something or not. But now at least they're tag team champs, right? Undisputed. Now I wish they would take the undisputed part away because to me it's just boring. Let there be 2 different tag team champions. That's what I'd like to see. I'm tired of this unified shit. I just really am. But very cool. I was actually really excited for the Judgment Day to win. Nothing against Sammy and Kevin, but I don't know. Something about them all having belts and people already hate them the way it is. It just builds that storyline up even more.
Oh, yeah, builds more hate.
Right, absolutely.
Then there was Shinsuke versus Rollins?
That was the last one.
Oh,
that was the last match. The match after that, though, was Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, that's right.
And Mommy. And that match was actually pretty darn good, too.
Okay.
So that match was a pretty good bout. Of course, Rhea came out on top, which you probably wouldn't expect anything less, but
Right.
it had to been, I don't even know if it was 5 minutes into the match, and I think her nose ring got ripped out.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it
Jesus.
was like we were watching it, and you just see blood, and she's badass. She's like doing this with blood coming out, and then she did it to Raquel's back. And we're just like, whoa, nasty. Ref went and got gloves on. I mean, it was legit, and Rhea is one badass mother. I will say that. But she retained. That was super cool. I really hope it maybe comes back around for us to see Rhea and Flair for round 2, because that was such a good match. That was such a great match. That was like one of the best matches from that pay-per-view we watched. And I think that that would be a really good round 2 to see them go again.
That'd be good.
But then, yeah, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke should have never been the final match of the night. It just shouldn't have. After having the other matches, especially that tag team match, it was almost like you were on cooldown mode, because that match was so great. You could have ended the show with that, done. But the whole watching that match at the end was almost, I wouldn't say boring because that's really disrespectful, but slow compared to how hyped you already were for that tag team match and how it ended.
Right.
So Shinsuke lost, attacked Rollins after the fact, after the pay-per-view. That all happened like behind the scenes. And that's basically how it ended.
Just hearing attacking, now I'm thinking of the whole CM Punk thing.
Oh, I saw something today where somebody like made a promo of him versus freaking Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't care if he comes back to the WWE. I really don't, because he's a good entertainer. But at the end of the day, if they're going to allow him to come back and challenge for a belt immediately, that's bullshit. Cody Rhodes deserves another shot, and I see that coming, because the Grayson Waller bit was hilarious, by the way. That was on Payback also, and he had Cody Rhodes on, and Cody Rhodes basically talked for a couple minutes, and then he gave way, said he put in a favor, and I didn't quite get it, but Jey Uso came out. Jey Uso went to Raw, and Cody Rhodes flipped to SmackDown, I'm pretty sure, which now leads that storyline up to Roman Reigns again.
Right.
So now I'm pretty excited, because we could see Cody Rhodes either be champ at Survivor Series or WrestleMania. I'm going to throw out there. I mean, it's obviously going to be one of the two, but it's cool that we got that flip. It's kind of neat. The Usos had their own music too. So they both have their own theme songs now, which is really neat. So it looks like they're not going to be a tag team for the first time in a while. And it's cool. It's cool to see them get their own respect, and you can see Jay's going to be a baby face. And Jimmy's going to be the heel.
He's the heel.
Yep. So wondering if he's going to jump back to the bloodline or not. There's rumors of more family members coming into the mix here shortly, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I just want to see where these storylines go moving forward. The one person I wish we could have saw wrestle that we didn't was the women's champion.
No, I'm blanking.
She's amazing. She was in
Io Sky.
Yeah, Io Sky. Yep. I wish we could have saw her wrestle, but we didn't. So that is what it is.
What was it last night? Gunther and Chad Gable, and then Gunther won.
I caught the end of it.
And now he's the longest reigning intercontinental champion.
I really thought there was a chance they would have him get beat right before it.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, fine, out of respect. But what sucks about that is Gable deserves that shot.
He deserves something, man.
Now I could see him go after maybe the U.S. championship.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But he really deserves that. Dude, when he's in that ring, not only does he put on a hell of a show, but his wrestling skills are amazing. His moveset is amazing. What he's willing to do off the top rope, everything, just insane. And that guy had a nice little push there, and I really hope it's not done. I really, really hope it's not done.
I like how they cut to his daughter like crying too after.
I know.
After he lost.
What a sellable moment. That's like everything you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the other thing was we didn't talk about were the two passings. Obviously, Bray Wyatt, insanely sad, unbelievable. The one guy everybody's hoping to come back and see, because that storyline just didn't do him justice, and now this, and you're just like, God.
Because the last time we saw him was that Pitch Black match.
Pitch Black match.
And that wasn't even the best match.
The coolest thing about it was the black light stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but yeah, it was pretty insane. That and God, who was the other guy that
Oh,
passed?
Jesus.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. I can see his face. I can totally see his face. Old schooler. Oh God, no.
His name starts with a
no.
T, right?
T?
I thought so.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right.
Looking it up.
Terry Funk. So you were right.
It was a T.
okay.
Okay.
Mitchell helped us out there.
Yay.
Yep.
Thanks, Mitchell.
It was a T. You are correct. We want the funk. But yeah, so those were some sad moments, man. We had a couple people pass in the wrestling world.
Dude, a lot. Everyone's been dying recently, man.
Everyone's been dying.
So I feel like
the
every.
blip. It's like the blip.
Dude, it's like every day there's someone new that passed away.
I mean, but at some point they're gonna.
Right. Like,
You know
what
what I
was it, yesterday or the day before the lead singer of Smash Mouth passed away?
Which that's wild.
Yeah.
He couldn't have been over 50 something.
He was 56, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then before him there was Jimmy Buffett, which he was getting up there.
He's getting up there.
He was getting up
right?
there. And then there was like someone, I feel like there was someone else before him.
Well,
and
the
then
guy
it was
from The
Bray
Price
Wyatt.
is Right.
Oh, Bob Barker.
There
Yep.
you go.
Yep.
Jesus, you just surprised he was still living.
He was 99,
at that
yeah.
point, right?
And then then it was Bray Wyatt, Terry Funk, and then geez, man. Everyone decided to go now.
Yeah. 2023, baby, let's go.
Oh yeah.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, that was it for wrestling. Like I said, I thought it was a really good show. It's gotten me more into WWE. I'm really enjoying the storyline. Hope we can start seeing some other young pups moved up. Like I've said this for a while, but I really like to see Steiner's son moved up from NXT. I don't even know if he's been wrestling lately or if he's been off for a little bit, but I'd really like to see him in there because I think he could be a super stud. I mean, you even got Carmelo Hayes down there who's doing great things, but he is the champion right now. But that's kind of the cool thing that they've been doing more lately too, is bringing WWE people down there to wrestle against them, and that's how Dominic won that title belt.
Oh,
so it's kind of cool seeing that stuff. But yeah, I'm always excited for that Royal Rumble, man. I know we got to wait months still, but can't wait to do that in the store again and have some fun. That was such a blast. So can't wait for that. Have a good old time. And then in the meantime, I mean, what do we got coming up here? We got shout out to Crypticon. That'll be happening here in about a week. A week from this Friday, Crypticon starts up.
Yeah.
That's going to be up in Minneapolis.
Same with the Uncanny Experience.
Uncanny X-Men Experience. Yep, that one will be happening. I think that's a 2-dayer. That's a Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Crypticon is Friday, Saturday, weekend. Sunday. Yep, same exact weekend. And then in late October, there's an anime con going up in the Twin Cities also. So that'll be happening. And of course, we can't forget about October 6th through the 8th.
Ooh.
You got NerdinOut Con at Mayo Civic Center.
Let's go.
We got a lot of stars, people from Star Wars. We got people from Marvel. We got people from the wrestling. We have MAW wrestling Friday night, which you really want to see it. Come see me get my ass beat. I'll be in that ring.
I need to get front row tickets.
Might be my last time. Come check it out. But it's always a blast doing it with those guys. Those guys put on a hell of a show. They always have title defenses. A lot of fun stuff to watch. Each year, I think we've had an out of the ring experience.
Oh yeah.
Last year on your table.
Yep, right on my table.
And then the year prior to that, I know there was an out of the ring experience too, because I was involved with it.
You instigator, you.
Yeah, it's you guys. If you haven't been to NerdinOut, I highly recommend it. Even if you live a little bit away, get a hotel room here because Friday night there's wrestling. There's always a good time happening. Then Saturday you got the cosplay contest. We'll be pushing it a little sooner, so it's not at 8 till after. It'll be during the con, but after that we typically do a fun little karaoke type thing. And then Sunday it kind of winds down, and it's still a fun day. You still get to meet people, but definitely check it out. It's so awesome. You can get your tickets either at NerdinOut location. You can get them at the Mayo Civic Center box office. You can get them off of Ticketmaster.com, or if you really want to, at the end of the day, you can go on Ticketmaster itself. No, I just said that. You can get them at the door. You can get them at the door. That's what I was thinking you could do.
And also, if you haven't been to the Rochester location in a little bit, we have a new entertainment spot up there that Brad built himself.
Yes, I did.
Good old
handyman
mini golf pool.
That's right.
Billiards.
Tell them about it. Tell them about it while I go give our secret guest here.
So Brad built this like pool table, really cool looking thing. There's 2 clubs. You guys can just come in, play. It's just like playing pool, but you're using mini golf like putters. So the really you look I can't even look at you. Anyway, it's completely free for you guys to come in here. I'm gonna block you out so I don't see you. Completely free. Just ask anyone who's working to grab a club and go ahead and put some balls and holes or something, man.
That sounded awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. I try.
You gonna introduce your special guest or what?
I don't know if you deserve it anymore.
Yeah, I do.
Anyways, next up, Brad had to step out, but we did get someone very special all the way from, I don't know what the Thundercats place is called. From the Thundercats land. There we go. Yep, that's what it's called. We got Mumm-ra the Everliving here.
Mumm-ra, the Everliving.
God, you can't even see the full thing. It's that big.
I'm ginormous.
Can't even see out of
The
it.
Everliving. Mumm-ra.
Keep in mind, Brad's eyes are like right here.
No, I'm Mumm-ra.
Oh, God.
I am here to regain the Eye of Thunder.
I can't even say anything.
I will kill you, David.
Oh my God, I'm like starting to tear up. So ridiculous. You can't even look at yourself.
For everybody at home, this helmet is huge.
He's literally hiking up his shoulders so it stays, so we can see a
No,
little.
I'm normally this big.
I really wish
All
the
right, well, that was
people
fun.
listening could see that. Like somehow, if we got a video of it up there, that'd be hilarious.
Well, that was fun.
Jesus.
That was fun. All right. Well, I think. Oh, here. Let's get these back on now. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're good. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. That isn't my best
God.
Mumm-ra impersonation ever, but it was fun. So, I feel like I started strong. I really do. I feel like I came in hard and on point, and then I just kind of lost it.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I don't know what his voice sounds like, so I can't judge you.
It's a little deeper. It's a little deeper than that.
I can't.
I just
I
gave
can't
it a
grade
go.
it.
I gave it a go. So, all right, folks. Well, that's gonna do it for tonight's NerdinOut Station podcast. No, NerdinOut Podcast Nation Patient Station.
You'll get there.
That's what
eventually.
it is. That's what it is. I just had a seizure, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Just for clarification.
So that's
out
the
there.
helmet's weight on your shoulders. Too much pressure.
Like Beavis Bunkmaleo. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. As always, definitely if you enjoy what you saw or thought it was funny as hell or you felt like you gained some type of knowledge from it, like maybe a new comic book cover you haven't seen yet, share the show.
Follow us.
I wanted to finish that up the way Andy Frisella does, but I just couldn't do it. It's amazing. They're like, share the show, don't be a hoe. That's how I wanted to, and I kind of did do it subtly, but no, I'm not going to do it that way. So, like I said, if you gained something from this, if you enjoyed it, if you thought something was funny, if you could do a favor to all of us, share it. Let's grow this thing. We can have some more fun doing some comments, doing some Q&A, anything you want to do. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing weekend. Definitely give us feedback. Definitely tell us what you'd like us to talk about because we need more content. So take it easy.
sir.
Have an amazing one. Have a great night.
Peace out.